Hey friends, Martin here from Dad's Bedtime Stories, just with a quick note before our show begins to let everyone know that I have recently put out a coloring book. Dad's Bedtime Stories, the Coloring Book by Martin Gage, available on Amazon, along with my other books, Cards of Power by Martin Gage, and Wizardcraft 2.0 by Martin Gage. So if you want to check any of those out, just head on over to Amazon. I should have links in the show notes for my newest episodes. Thanks everyone, and now here's me again with the episode. Hello friends from across the nation and around the world. I'm Martin and you are listening to Dad's Bedtime Stories. Tonight we're going to be headed back into the Dragon Knights universe. I haven't done a Dragon Knights episode in a little while now because I've been looking for new ideas to keep the series going. As I said last time, I kind of want your ideas on where we go next. Like, do we take on the Fire Dragons or the Water Dragons, or how exactly are we going to defeat the Dragon King and his minions? And some of you came through with some ideas, although they were exactly what I was looking for. I think they'd make a really cool story, so let's check them out.
Hello, Martin. This is Andrew and Gavin here. We would like to suggest a fire base for the Dragon Knight series, where there you have Ash and Cinder go back to where Ash found Cinder, and they have like a fire base set up, and there's a fire general there, and you can name him, but he's using the sun's power to make his fire dragons and his fire knights more powerful. Thanks, Martin. Please consider this idea.
I have in fact fully considered the idea, and I've decided to sort of do it. Tonight we're not going to get into the part with Ash and Cinder yet returning to the fire base. That'll hopefully be in the next episode. But in this one, I'm actually going to go into the background story of that fire general you suggested, and exactly how he uses the sun to power up the dragons. So that's what tonight's episode is going to focus on. If you have ideas for the Dragon Knight series, I'm really looking to see where we go next. Obviously, the next episode will be us kind of taking on the Fire Dragon base and hopefully defeating it and freeing the Fire Dragons. But after that, what should we do next? What happens? Let me know on SpeakPipe or the Google form or by email. All of those links are in the show notes on pretty much anywhere you're listening. But if you happen to be listening on, like just a listening device that has no screen or something like that, another time you could always head over to YouTube or Apple or Spotify or whatever and check out the show notes and get the links there. But now it's that time again. Time to get as comfy as you can in that bed, close your eyes, and imagine yourself doing what the kid in the story does. Now, before he was ever called General, and before he stood beside the Dragon King with a dragon under his command, Drake, the future Fire Dragon General, was just a boy in the coal mines. The mines lay beneath a chain of volcanoes that rumbled softly even on calm days. The air smelled of ash and hot stone. Rivers of hardened lava crisscrossed the land like black scars. But in those days, the mines weren't miserable. They were alive. Earth dragons shaped the tunnels, pressing stone aside as if it were soft clay. Fire dragons breathed carefully measured heat to split the coal from the rock without collapsing the ceilings. True dragon knights worked alongside them. Men, women, bonded to dragons and shared power, their armor glowing with the same energy as the dragons they rode. Drake remembered watching them. When an Earth Knight slammed a gauntleted fist into the wall, stone obeyed. When a Fire Knight raised a hand, heat flowed through him. The miners still had to work hard. Drake worked beside his parents from a young age, hauling baskets of coal, coughing in the dust, but there was at least a balance. The dragons helped, the knights respected the miners, and the power and responsibility were shared. Drake, however, was not good at mining. He swung the pick wrong. He dropped loads. He tripped in tunnels even though they were perfectly shaped by dragons. "Focus, Drake," his father would say. "I am," Drake would mutter. But he wasn't strong, he wasn't skilled, he was just there. Then, the dragon thief came. He arrived with elemental dragons first, dragons who commanded all elements. No one understood how he'd taken them, but they flew in tight formation, silent and precise. The attack was quick. Drake was in the mines when it began. The ground shook violently, a roar echoed down the tunnels, a Fire Knight shouted orders. Then, something changed. The Fire Knight screamed. Drake looked up just in time to see the dragon beside the knight stiffen midair. Its eyes went empty, its wings froze. The knight clutched his head for a second as if something were hurting it. And then, the dragon turned. Flames blasted down the tunnel, not controlled or careful, just wild and obedient to someone else. The dragon thief's spell had taken over, and it moved like a wave. Earth dragons froze, fire dragons faltered. One by one they fell under his control. The knights had shared power. The dragon thief stole control. By nightfall, everything had changed. The dragon thief renamed himself the Dragon King. He installed trusted allies as dragon knights, though they shared nothing with the dragons they commanded. They simply controlled them. The mines became harsher. The dragons no longer shaped tunnels to make work easier. They blasted through rock brutally, and the miners hauled double loads. The fake dragon knights didn't help. They just ordered everyone around. Drake still worked in the mines. He was still bad at it. And now there were no real knights to make the work lighter. When the Dragon King announced recruitment for his army, Drake listened carefully. The wage was better, the work was cleaner, the opportunity was larger, so he signed up. He started as a squire. That meant fetching gear, polishing armor, setting up camp, cooking meals, running errands. He was assigned to a fake dragon knight named Gary. Gary had once been a merchant's son. Now he wore armor and rode a fire dragon he could command with a thought. But Gary was not kind. "Faster!" he would snap when Drake carried supplies. "You missed a spot," he'd say when Drake polished his armor. "You'll never command a dragon," he once laughed. "You're barely good enough to hold my reins." Drake swallowed his pride. It was better than the mines, and he observed. He noticed something. Whenever Gary's dragon rested near volcanic vents, it grew slightly brighter. When the sun beat down hard on open fields, its flames burned hotter. Drake said nothing, but he noticed. Then came the first assault on the Fire Dragon Stronghold. The stronghold sat atop cliffs near the ocean, an icy fortress built of frozen waves and thick ice walls. The dragon army marched, or flew, in confidence. They left in steam and panic. Water dragons fought fiercely. Jets of freezing water blasted fire from the sky. Ice formed mid-air around charging dragons. Steam clouds blinded riders, and spikes of ice flew and took some of them out. Drake just waited back at the camp with some of the others, taking care of the supplies or whatever. He waited for Gary to return, but Gary did not. Gary's dragon still did, but it flew back under the Dragon King's command, silent and riderless. The Dragon King surveyed the battered ranks, and his gaze landed on Drake. "You there," he said. "Squire." Drake froze. "Step forward." Drake did. The Dragon King placed a hand on Drake's forehead. The spell struck like fire inside his skull. Drake gasped, and suddenly, he could feel the dragon. Not its thoughts, not its feelings, just the string. With a simple command, the dragon moved toward him. Drake stared. "I commanded?" he whispered. "Yes," said the Dragon King, "and I need commanders." He turned to the army. "We will defeat the water dragons, but I need your ideas. Bring me solutions. Those who succeed will be rewarded. We can't have a repeat of that." Drake said nothing, but he thought. He thought of volcano vents. He thought of sunlight. He thought of how the dragons, well, the fire dragons anyways, seemed to absorb heat. Over the next days, while others licked wounds and grumbled about defeat, Drake experimented quietly. He found an old pile of windows in a village the army had taken over for the camp. Glass panes leaned against a barn wall. Drake had once sat by a sunny window as a boy in winter, feeling warmth soak into his skin. He wondered. He ordered his dragon into a rough structure that he built from wood and the glass panes. The dragon stood inside on a bright day, and sunlight poured through the glass. The air inside grew hotter, and Drake watched carefully. The dragon's scales began to sort of faintly glow. Heat shimmered around it. Its veins brightened a darker red. When Drake ordered it out and commanded a test blast, the fire roared almost twice as large. Drake's heart pounded. He refined the structure, made it tighter, clearer, larger, and the effect strengthened. Finally, he approached the Dragon King's temporary base, which was the mayor's house of the conquered village they were currently using as a camp. The guards blocked him. "The king does not want to meet with lowly officers," one sneered. Drake stood his ground. "I have a solution." The Dragon King's voice drifted from inside. "Let him in." Drake entered. He bowed stiffly. "Your Majesty, I believe fire dragons grow stronger when saturated with heat. I've built a structure that traps sunlight and magnifies it." The Dragon King studied him. "Show me," then went to the structure. The dragon stood inside under the full sun, and its scales brightened. Heat radiated outward. Drake mounted it and flew a short arc. He commanded a blast toward a stone wall. The fire exploded outward in a massive wave. The wall cracked and even partially melted. The Dragon King smiled. "Brilliant," he said. He turned to his officers. "Strip every window from this village and build more." Within days, multiple glass structures stood across the settlement. Fire dragons rotated through them. Even elemental dragons took turns absorbing heat before battle. Then they flew again. The second assault on the Water Dragon Stronghold was different. Fire dragons arrived, glowing. Their first blasts shattered outer ice walls almost instantly. Water dragons countered with torrents of water, but the superheated fire turned water to steam before it could even freeze. Ice cracked, steam clouds blinded defenders, elemental dragons joined the charge, fire amplified beyond normal limits, and the Dragon King got close enough to use his own spell. Once again, like a wave, the water dragons stiffened in place and turned on their own knights. Within hours, the fortress collapsed. The true dragon knights were defeated, and the whole place had been captured, stolen. When they returned victorious, the Dragon King summoned Drake before the army. "You brought me victory," he declared. "From this day forward, you will be my Fire Knight General." The army knelt immediately. Drake stood straighter than he ever had in his life. For the first time, he was not the boy who dropped coal. He was not the squire fetching boots. He was General Drake. He commanded a dragon with a simple thought. He commanded an army with a word. But as the crowd cheered, Drake looked at the dragon beside him. Its eyes were empty. It didn't share power with him. It didn't choose him. It obeyed. Drake pushed the thought aside. Power was power after all, and the kingdom was not yet fully conquered. So, the Dragon General went to work. They returned to the Fire Dragon base and began creating more and more panes of glass, using the heat from the dragons to melt sand into glass. It became easy to create as much glass as they could possibly want. In fact, they had enough to make a structure for every single fire dragon. Drake ordered all of them to sun in the base each and every day, and each and every day the dragons became more and more powerful. It was with this power that the Dragon King was able to take over the other groups of dragons as well. With the increased power of the fire dragons and a new horde of water dragons at his command, they took over the nature dragons. The battle was short-lived. Fire burned away the forests, the trees, and the vines that the nature dragons created, and the water dragons froze them in place. The spell once again went throughout the dragon kingdom, and turned nature dragons on their own riders. Together, they defeated the rest of the earth dragons, the ones not captured along with the fire. The intense heat helped melt stone in place, the water blasted through, and the earth dragons were soon wrapped in vines from the new horde of nature dragons. Each battle became easier and easier. The air dragons were the most difficult of all. They were so incredibly fast after all. But they were wildly outnumbered and completely surrounded, so it didn't take long for them to fall either. And with each victory, Drake was rewarded more and more. He was granted vast control over the lands of the Fire Dragon area. He was given riches in a giant mansion that looked out over his small little kingdom of fire. And under the guidance of the Dragon King, he ruled. That is, until the new Dragon Knights arrived. And that, my friends, is where you come in. You find yourself sitting inside the new Dragon Knight base, underground, lit up using fire magic from the fire dragons. You're speaking with the others. I don't know what we should do first, you say. We have to be systematic about it. When the Dragon King took over, he took over the kingdom one part at a time. He took the elemental knights first and then used them to take on the fire dragons. Then he used the fire dragons to take over the rest of the kingdom. Well, if he did it that way, why can't we too? Ash suggested. It seems like the fire dragons were the keystone, the ones that allowed him to take over the rest of the kingdom. So, why don't we start there? But are we actually powerful enough to take on all of the fire dragons? You ask. Well, we're definitely powerful enough to start small. When I grew up around the volcanoes, the fire dragons had some special sorts of houses that helped them along the way. On the outskirts of the fire area, where the sun still shone, they built glass structures that allowed the fire dragons to sun and become more powerful. If we sneak in and destroy those structures, we'll greatly weaken them. We can free as many dragons as we can at that time too. But I don't know if we have enough to take them on yet. Well, what about the ones we've already freed? Ash suggested. They all said they would come back when needed. But how do we actually call on them? You ask. Oh, that is easy, Ellie responds. What do you mean that's easy? Well, all dragons are connected to each other. The pull you feel, the one that led you all together, is the same sort of communication that we can use. If we collectively reach out for help, the dragons will respond. I say we move closer to the fire area, then we call for the other dragons. When we know they're on the way, we destroy the glass bases and then take on the rest of the fire dragon area. At this point, most of you have learned how to use the Dragon Thief spell and can reverse it. Thanks to August, of course, Ellie says. August just waves a sort of "you're welcome"-like wave. If we are able to free some of the dragons, I'm sure they will turn on those who have captured them. Without the sun-bathing devices, they will be weaker to start with. And if we can truly free all of the dragons from the Fire Dragon area, we will have an army that can take on much of the other areas as well. Well, it's a good idea, you respond. I guess we start tomorrow. With that, you and the others put out the fire in the center of your base, and you head back to your own little sleeping quarters. Ellie curls up in the little area outside yours, and you allow your head to hit the pillow. You pull the soft covers up to your chin and close your eyes. With each breath, your mind starts to wander away. Your muscles soften and sink down deeper and deeper. And slowly, you begin to drift off to thoughts of new dreams and new adventures to come. Good night, everyone.